a mango in the hand. Raise your hand if you've ever eaten a mango. When I travel around the country, I've been in 45 of the 50 states telling stories. A lot of kids don't know what a mango is. Who had a mango this morning? Anybody eat mango this morning? Who had mango yesterday? Who's had mango this week? This is a story about a boy who loved mangoes. Francisco was 8 years old. Francisco said, Papa, I want you to pick me a mango from the mango tree. And Papa said, Francisco, you are old enough to go to the mango tree by yourself, climb it, and pick the mango. Do you remember where the mango tree is? Sure, Papa. I walk out of our house, and I go to the right. And then I pass my uncle's house. Francisco said, Papa, I love my uncle. His papa said, Francisco, your uncle loves you too. And then I walked past my grandmother's house. Papa, I love my abuela. Papa said, Francisco, your grandmother loves you too. And then I walked past my auntie's house. Papa, I like my auntie. You don't love your auntie? ¿Qué pasó? Why don't you love your aunt? Papa, I love my aunt, but sometimes my tia, she's mean. What do you mean, Francisco? Sometimes I say, hola, tia, and my auntie says, hola, Francisco. And sometimes I say, hola, tia, and she says, mean. Papa said, Francisco, visit her today. She won't be as mean. Okay, Papa. He walked out of his house. Who's the first house he had to pass by? His uncle. Hola, tío. His uncle said, hola, Francisco. I'm going to pick a mango all by myself. His uncle said, it's so early. Camarón que se duerma, se lo lleva el corriente. If the little shrimp sleeps all day, the current will carry him away. It's good that you're going so early. Thank you, uncle. He walked past his abuela's house. His abuela was on her rocking chair. She was rocking back and forth and back and forth. And she had a fan. Does anybody have a fan here? You do have a fan? Can you show them how the fan works? She was going like this. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Can you all do that with abuela? Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. You've got a fan too. Raise your fans up. Who's got a fan? I can't believe so many fans. Usually there's 2 fans in there. The audience, the abuela was going. Then he walked past his tia's house. His tia was sweeping. Does anyone have a broom? Broom? No broom. His tia had a broom and she was sweeping. Can you help her sweep? She was going, sweep, sweep, sweep. But she was sweeping with a little bit of a mean face on. Let's see that mean face. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Even meaner. Sweep, sweep, sweep. He said, hola, tia. She said, me. I'm going to pick a mango all by myself. She said, me. Bye, tia. Me. He got to the mango tree and he started to climb. Can you help him climb? He climbed and he climbed and he climbed and he climbed. And he climbed and he climbed and he climbed. Llegó a una rama. He got to a branch that had mangoes everywhere. He was just about to pick a mango when he heard bzzz. Just one bee. No tenía miedo de una abeja. He wasn't scared of one bee. But then he heard bzzz. How many bees now? And then he heard bzzz. Bzz, 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 bzz. He got scared. He flew down that tree. He went running past his tia. She was still sweeping that same spot on the step. Help her sweep. Sweep, sweep, sweep. She saw him running by. She went, me. Ran past his abuela. She was rocking back and forth. Where are my fans? Back and forth. And he said, abuela said, where are the mangoes? Las abejas, abuela. He ran past his uncle. Where are the mangoes? No time, uncle. Francisco got home. His papa said, Francisco, did you find the mango tree? I did, papa. And were there mangoes on the branches? There were, papa. And how many did you pick? None. ¿Qué pasó, Francisco? Papa, there were bees in the tree. I was scared they were going to sting me. Papa said, niño, no hay mal que por bien no venga. There's nothing bad that something good doesn't come from it. The bees can sometimes sting you, but the bees also pollinate the fruit. Without bees, we'd have no fruit to eat. We need the bees. Francisco, don't be scared. Take my hat and gently shoo the bees away and bring us back some mangoes. Francisco took his papa's hat. How do you say hat in Spanish? Gorra or sombrero. He took his dad's hat and he walked past his uncle's house. His uncle said, Francisco, are you going to get mangoes now? Yes, uncle. He walked past his abuela. Abuela was rocking back and forth and back and forth. And she was, let's see it. And he walked past his tia. His tia was still sweeping. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Tia, I'm going to get the mangoes, she said. He got back to the tree. He climbed and he climbed and he climbed and he climbed. And he reached with his dad's hat and gently shooed the bees away. And the bees flew to different parts of the tree. And he grabbed a mango. He said, my very own mango. And he put it into his dad's hat. I should get one for my mom. And one for my dad. And one for my uncle. And one for my abuela. And one for my auntie. I don't know. I should get one for my auntie. Yeah, I should get one for my... No, I should get one. Should he get one for his auntie? All right, he got one for his auntie, and he put it into the hat. But now he had a problem. The hat was full, and he needed both hands to hold onto the hat. He also needed at least one hand to climb down the tree. No quería tirar los mangos por el suelo. He didn't want to throw the mangoes on the ground. They get smushed. So what he did is he took the hat, he put it on his chest, and very carefully, so as not to squish the mangoes, he reached around the trunk and he scooched down the tree. Scooch, scooch, scooch. It was working. Scooch, scooch, scooch. He was halfway down the tree. Scooch, scooch, scooch. When he held on just a little too tightly, and one of the mangoes got smushed. Ew. Sorry, Auntie, no mango for you. Scooch, scooch. Ew. No mango for Abuela. Scooch, scooch, scooch. He was almost to the bottom. Ew. No mango for Abuela or for Tío tampoco. Scooch. Sorry, Papa. Scooch. Sorry, Mama, but there's one mango left, and I'm almost at the bottom. My very own special. Ew. By the time he got down, there was mango everywhere, and every bee in the tree smelled it, and they came flying towards him. He threw the hat down, but the bees kept coming. He threw his shirt down, but the bees came coming. He ran past his auntie without a shirt on. When she saw that, she was sweeping. Sweep, sweep. We don't have a shirt. Wah! Ran past Abuela. Abuela was rocking back and forth, and swish, swish. ¿Dónde está tu camisa? Ran past his uncle. His uncle said, no shirt. That's my boy. When he got home, his papa said, Francisco, saliste con una camisa, una gorra para agarrar mangos, and you come home without a shirt, without a hat, and no mangoes. What happened? Papa, maybe I'm not old enough to do this by myself. Papa said, donde hay maña, hay gana. Where there's a will, there's a way. Figure it out, Francisco. Francisco went upstairs, and he studied and studied and studied and studied and studied and studied and studied. And studied and studied and studied and studied and studied and studied and studied. Because I've learned that there are very few problems that you cannot solve by studying. And he studied and studied and studied. And finally, he figured it out. He got on another shirt, another hat, marched past his family, climbed the tree, and remembered what his grandmother told him. El que mucho abarca, poco aprieta. If you try to grab too much, you end up with little. So this time he grabbed one mango, put it into the hat, put the hat on his head, and climbed down the tree and set the mango aside. Climbed back up, grabbed another mango, put the hat on, and down and up and down until soon he had a hat full of mangoes. As he walked past his auntie, he walked up her long sidewalk, and with every step, she got meaner, sweep, and meaner, sweep, and meaner, sweep. And by the time he got there, he said, Tia, do you want a mango? He closed his eyes and waited for her to make that mean sound. But she didn't. And when he opened his eyes, she wasn't quite smiling, but she wasn't quite as mean. She grabbed the mango. She said, Francisco, lo que pasó es que tenía hambre. Earlier, I was hungry. That's why I was a little crabby. He said, Tia, you were a lot crabby. She said, don't push your luck. Then he gave a mango to his abuela. His abuela said, gracias, Francisco, pero pan para hoy, hambre para mañana. If you give away all of your bread today, you'll be hungry tomorrow. Abuela, I've got plenty of mangoes. Don't worry about it. When he walked past his uncle, he gave a mango to his uncle. His uncle said, what about your cousin? He gave a mango for his cousin. And your other cousin. And and my friend. And he gave all the mangoes to his uncle. When he got home, his papa said, Francisco, did you find the mango tree? I did, papa. And did you get the mangoes home this time? I did, papa. He held the hat out, and the hat was empty. He said, Papa, I gave all the mangoes away. Papa said, Niño, de vez en cuando es mejor dar que recibir. Sometimes it's better to give than receive. Don't worry, we'll get mangoes later. Let's eat lunch. As they sat down to lunch, Uncle came in with the cousins and all of their mangoes. And Abuela came in with her mango. And Tia came in with a basket full of mangoes. She said, Amor con amor se paga. Love is repaid with love. And gave those mangoes to Francisco. Francisco took them from her and he said, Tia, there's one thing I'd like to say to you. She said, what is that, honey? He said, She said, barriga llena, corazón contento. With a full stomach, there's a happy heart. And that's the story of Francisco and the mango tree.